everyone, welcome to PianoWell. As usual, Emma is here. I spent a lot of time to actually decide what kind of tutorial I can make for this concerto, and eventually I decided to stop on something that everyone would benefit from and everyone is able easily to do, which is phrasing in the main theme. So before we jump into the structuring part, let's first remind ourselves how we need to feel the phrasing. Firstly, we need to use our internal singing intonation while playing, and we need to sing with movements according to the note patterns. Hopefully you already know what it is. With glissando and resistance, it sounds something like this. And secondly, we basically need to apply the phrasing. So when we decide which section in the block is more prominent, interval in the motive, motive in the phrase, phrase in the sentence, we need to drop the energy, we need to back off in the beginning when we start the section and gradually increase the energy towards this main section. So in this case, if we make a motive, it would sound this way. Basically like that. So now let's create the phrasing of this theme. Alright, so we're going to find and mark motives and their main intervals, then phrases and their more prominent motives, then sentences and their more prominent phrases. And phrasing is the art of breathing, and it has to be connected to clear bar structure and not to unstable melody lines. This balanced, clear mathematical structure creates even natural breathing and eventually brings natural flow to our playing. And I'm talking about this almost in every of my tutorial, because connecting phrasing to the bar structure, not to melody lines, eventually create this line, this flow to playing, and you hear my playing and you know what I mean. So every motive is usually a bar going through the bar line, and the size of each motive usually stays unchangeable throughout the whole piece. So we're going to mark with a slur every motive just like this. Next step is to find the main interval, the beat to lead the motive to. To choose the interval, you could first sing motives in your head very fast, like that. So it seems that every motive could come to the first beat, but in the second bar we have these hairpins, and let's just try to lead the motive to the second beat instead. I think that sounds better. Now let's see how it sounds when we play this theme by motives. So we're done with motives. Let's move on to phrases now. Every phrase is usually 2-3 motives, in other words 2-3 bars, and we're going to mark with a bigger slur every phrase just like this. Next step, again, to decide which motive is more prominent in a phrase. Let's again sing fast to feel what sounds more natural and lovely. The first motive. Or the second motive. So I think that the first variant seems less pushy. So let's mark with red slurs more prominent first motives. And now let's play by phrases and see how it sounds. And lastly, sentences. Every sentence is usually 2-3 phrases. And instead of writing another bigger slur, we're just gonna mark with a red slur more prominent phrases, keeping in mind that one sentence is 2-phrase slur. Let's again sing and feel what sounds more natural. First phrase. Or the second one. I like the second phrase more, so let's mark them. And now let's listen to the final result. You can use the same phrasing in other parts where this theme appears. And that would be it for today, and see you in my next video. Bye bye!